What's a healthy and master race? Tea is the healthiest of drinks. There is nothing unhealthy about tea. Except for all the things that are unhealthy about tea, but there's healthy things about tea. I think he's almost dead, actually. Or getting close to it. I love how the boss fights are easier than the encounters. There's some serious balancing issues when this fight is easier than the fight that you have to do 3 times to get here. Couldn't steal anything. Slapped by wings. We're at no risk of dying, so I'm going to keep trying to steal stuff. What are we afflicted with currently? Everything. I think I only have 1 vaccine. Yeah, I only have 1 vaccine, so I'm not going to fuss about that. Yerba mate is supposedly healthier than tea. What the heck is yerba mate? And who named that? I swear to God, if we're gonna be here 10 minutes because I can't steal from this stupid thing. You don't like the way you drink it. How do you drink it? I stole a vaccine, that's why I have a vaccine. I've mentioned this before, but missing out on AP from a boss is really not a problem. Especially since I'm pretty sure none of our equipment has anything we can actually learn on it. Because I didn't swap equipment. Wow, that AoE. Look at that. I like how it comes up with miss. Come on. Seriously? Like it comes up with miss on River. So he already has a regen on. This is the longest fight. Was created in Argentina. That's a silly name, even by Argentina standards. I have to look it up now, figure out what the heck it is. Steal again and again and again and again and again. Hey, Demon's Vest. We're gonna do 1 steal to check if I got everything instead of paying attention. But the Demon's Vest is really all I care about. Because we already have the other dingle dongle you can steal from him. Oh, he still has stuff. Should we continue trying? He's literally never going to kill us. Well, the answer is no, we're not going to continue trying, and the reason is because Hall got a counterattack on a missed attack, of all things. There's your 11 AP that no one gets. Lots of guild, though. A very healthy herb that has a healthy dose of caffeine and other stuff. Gotta Google how to drink it. Hold on, yerba mate. What is yerba mate? The euphoria of chocolate. In Argentina, over 90% of the people drink yerba mate with a gourd and bombilla. That's an old-fashioned way of drinking right there. Hold on, look at this. Fill the gourd with a daily serving of yerba mate, gently shake. so the yerba mate is on one side, leaving an opening. Insert the filtered end of the bombilla into the bottom of the gourd. Gently pour a little cold water into the open area to moisten. Interesting. Can be refilled 15 to 20 times, apparently. That is a fairly complicated way of drinking something, compared to tea. The euphoria of chocolate. I love that. Euphoria of chocolate. You are now the leader of your peoples, Moomin. Your peoples need you. Your peoples are leaving. I must be with my people. See? My people need me. Pardon me, but I'm a woman randomly in this temple for no apparent reason, which isn't suspicious in any way, shape, or form. Oh, hey. Meet my wife, name's Akasha. Just walk up and wiggle your hands. Why, it is you. She's not queen, though. She can't speak. Is that Hilda? Yes. Like how I noticed you asked that right as the game's like, hey, look who it is. I do not remember ever marrying a toad. Dreadfully sorry, my sugar cup, but I can't do that. It's the greatest flirtatious name, Sugar Cup. I don't know, actually, my sweet Froggy Woggy may have topped that, but he is actually a frog, so... To Lindblom we go! I guess actually scripted transport, yeah. Magically appear in Lindblom somehow. He divulged his master plan to me. It was tiresome. Ah. At least he wasn't a skirt chaser. Aww. Aww. Poor Sid. That's what you get. He's polite with me, he's totally avoiding the question. Can your words be trusted? No. Maybe I'll turn you into a hedgehog pie. What would it be like to be turned into a pie? That's what all the skirt chasers say about themselves. I'll never do it again. Look at that magnificent mustache that literally goes halfway around his head. There is some serious wax in play on that mustache. Hello! Loving caress. A loving caress made of 16 polygons. And a flat texture. It's the best kind of loving caress. Hey, that's me. Mr. Sleepy. Oh, that's not Akasha at all. Why are you calling me Mr.? So apparently I'm now dreaming about Akasha. Don't mind that. It's nothing unusual. I do have a whole playthrough of Valkyria Chronicles. Actually, not Valkyria Chronicles. Valkyr Chronicles. Is it Valkyria Chronicles? Is that it? I thought that was a different game. I'm confusing myself now. What was he saying? I was confusing myself, sorry. Please go to the conference room. Will do, Capitan! Right after I finish dreaming about Akasha and confusing myself on games. I guess it is Valkyrie Chronicles. Halloween is doing, or continuing, he stopped it ages ago for some reason, but he's continuing his A rank runs of that game. So if you're interested in A ranks on that game, which I did not do for the later missions because it's freaking insanely difficult, he's doing them. Is this the conference room or is the room above this the conference room? I can never remember. It is this one, okay. Have I played Shovel Knight? No. I've watched OTG and SSOH play Shovel Knight, but I have not played it myself. Listen carefully. I'll say 2 sentences and then Hilda will tell you about the rest of the story. And I'll leave, apparently. Off he goes. Sid has better things to do. Exclamation points. You watch Jesse Cox play it. It might be something I enjoy, but I don't know. It's got ladies to bang. It's got skirts to chase. I was gonna say something. Oh, it's probably something I might enjoy, but I have no intentions of recording it. I got other crap to record anyway. We've got to do, excuse me. We have to do Final Fantasy X-2 and Open XCOM. Where could she be? And I've got other stuff planned as well that may or may not happen. But immediately after this and Breath of Fire is Open XCOM and Final Fantasy X-2. Terra, huh? Old timer. Can I trust you? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Why not? little bit of info on OpenXCom. I will be naming people, but I will not be naming people as they're recruited. I'll be naming people as they're promoted. Because it's freaking XCOM, so the number of recruits that are going to lie dead on the battlefield every time we go somewhere is probably going to be fairly high. So I'm just going to name people that get promoted. I'll have a list of people that are reserved, and then everyone else can just say, hey, I'd like to be named. The reserved people are mostly people I watch. Jeff, Avac, you know, Over the Gun, people like that. I told Avac to play it, he's gonna play it. He already said he's gonna play it, so now you have to bother him about playing it constantly. I don't even know the differences in the difficulties. I'll have to look up what the differences in difficulties are. I'm not good enough at the game to play it like Kikoskia does on the hardest difficulties with one base and Antarctica. I'm not good enough for that. But I will see if there's a difficulty level that I'm comfortable with. That isn't super easy. I don't want to do it on super easy because it's just boring. Let's call it Ibsen's Castle. Good job, Akasha. You can have a cookie now. Just one though, no more, just one. ATE number 2. I like how he doesn't, like, write down his blueprints or anything. What is the benefit of making Sid human again? Sexy time. Apart from that, he can think clearly. When you talk to him towards the start of the game, he says he can't concentrate, so he can't design airships anymore because he's the frog. So you turn him human, he can think clearly, he can design his airship, we get a fancy new airship immediately after this. First mission he had, there was a crash site containing floaters, and 3 days later his base was attacked. That's why you don't play the original XCOM on harder difficulties unless you know what you're doing. OpenXCOM has not changed the difficulties, so if you can't play the original old XCOM on harder difficulties, you shouldn't be playing Open on harder difficulties. 'Cause it's hard. It don't care about you or your family. It gonna kill you. And it's gonna do it really efficiently too. Especially when you start hitting terror missions like every couple of months. It starts taking a really heavy toll on member count. I hope he at least fixed up his base. Was he running the default base when his base was attacked? Because if he was, that's rule number 1, do not run default base. I need to pay slightly more attention to dialogue boxes in the game when I'm playing games rather than the chat. We're gonna look for Akasha! It's the architect from Matrix. The AI in XCOM isn't actually very good. The big problem is the competency of your forces is like you just picked them up off of the street and gave them a gun with no training, and then the aliens show up with better weapons and like 50% higher accuracy. The one thing they can't do, though, there's one thing aliens in XCOM cannot do, and it's close doors. They can open doors. They don't have the decency to close them, though. So if you see an open door on a building, it means an alien went through the building. Either into it or out of it. It means there's an alien somewhere over there. It's the greatest sign. It's like a detective. A detective shows up at a house and sees an open door just sitting there. He's like, by God, I believe there's been aliens in this building. This door is not closed. You think you saw a chick? What chick? That chick. You gonna check again. What are you on about, man? A chick, you say? Oh, that chick. Like how Baku just stands there. Boss, you must have seen the person standing right there. This is how you find people? You just sit still and eventually they'll wander over? It's quick when it comes to ladies. He doesn't waste any time. Give something to her. Received Garnet. Her namesake gem. It's about bloody time they gave that back. How long has she been holding on to that thing? Hi, Kasha. By God, she spoke my name. Beatrix wanted me to give this incredibly sensitive and valuable gem to you, so I'm gonna toss it way up in the air and hope you can catch it. I want to adventure! Oh, this is the scene I was remembering, wasn't it? Like, at the beginning of Disc 3 I thought this happened, but no, it happens in the middle, apparently. The stone made a wish. I want to shine. I need like a voice morpher so I can have a really like a higher pitch or a faster voice or whatever. I want to shine. There you go. Perfect. It's totally not coincidence, no. We're married. Didn't you know? If you're willing to make an effort by buffing yourself every day, at least twice a day, you'll shine too. Don't forget to buff. That's my life pro tip for the day. Can I borrow that knife again? My namesake knife. That, for whatever reason, we still technically have. I think I still technically have every item we've ever had in the game. Also, I'd like to point something out. I don't remember if this occurs on the non-emulated version or if it's just an emulated bug, but the knife never properly attaches to Akasha's hand. So she twirls it around all fancy-like, but it's not properly attached, so it's never actually twirling right. And then when she stops, she holds it vertically in front of her hand without touching it, like it's resting on her arm instead of holding it out. Which, it's a little weird. I don't think that's how you hold knives, but I mean, if she's got the skill to be able to do that, I guess she can have at it. Or it's just stuck in her arm, I'm not sure which. Thankfully it fixes itself for this. It'd be a little weird if it weren't working right. That's a really sharp knife, by the way, to be able to do that. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried to just cut a giant wad of hair with a knife in one sweep like that, but it's gotta be really, really sharp to be able to do that. What happened to your hair? Hi, Chishi. Or Kishi. Is it Chishi or Kishi? Kishikaru. I like Kishikaru better. Sleepy broke your heart, didn't he? He made you cut your hair. I like how even Hole's on the bandwagon now. You're pro, apparently. Alright, fair enough. Your hair was so beautiful, and look at it now. She wants to accentuate her shoulders by cutting her hair shorter.